First up, though, is the IG report. It's a biggie. It came out yesterday. I have a copy of it here. This is the report right here. It is well over 500 pages. You can see that there's a lot of detail, obviously, in it. They interviewed a bunch of people, reviewed 1.2 million pages of documents. Now, the media will tell you a very different story than what I'm going to tell you about the IG report. And so either way, what I encourage you to do is to review the report yourself. You've got to look at the document, read all the facts, and draw your own conclusions both about the Clinton email investigation and the Trump investigation. You'll see that both have been irredeemably compromised by anti-Trump, pro-Hillary Clinton bias on the part of key FBI officials who are running the investigation. This is something that Judicial Watch has been harping on. Obviously, the text messages of Peter Strzok and Lisa Page have already been publicized, but there's more text messages from both her and him. In addition, there are other FBI top officials, lawyers and investigators on the case who are also sending anti-Trump Hillary Clinton text messages. The IG report is destroyed the credibility of the FBI and the Justice Department on these sensitive cases, both the Hillary Clinton and the Russia anti-Trump investigation. The Clinton investigation, the report shows, was rushed, half-baked. It was almost preordained in terms of its outcome, and irredeemably, as I said, compromised by the politics and the manipulation of Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Page, Loretta Lynch, and all the rest. The IG goes into the tarmac meeting, it goes into the Clinton investigation, describes the back and forth there, and when you look at what went on in the Clinton email investigation, as the report describes, you'll see undue deference to Hillary Clinton, her aides, her lawyers, at almost every step of the way. Immunity agreements, caving into demands by the Clinton lawyers that things be done voluntarily as opposed to under court process or through a grand jury. All sorts of things that were done to make life easier for Hillary Clinton as she and her friends ran and tried to take the presidency. Compare and contrast that with the spying and the aggressive activities against Donald Trump by the same group of investigators. The IG, when it does this analysis, says, well, you know, if there's a good faith reason for making these decisions, either investigative or deciding whether or not to apply or prosecute the law, it's not our job to second guess it. But on the other hand, it discloses all of these political comments by the FBI agents and lawyers involved in the investigation that the IG says cast a cloud over both the Clinton investigation and the Russia investigation. So there you have it. It's been irredeemably infected, both the Clinton email investigation and the Russia investigation by the political comments of people like Peter Strzok. And the new document that's come out of the IG report through the text messages is that Peter Strzok, in response to a text from Lisa Page, said, Lisa Page was concerned about the president taking power, President Trump winning. And Strzok says, well, we're going to stop him. We're going to stop the president from being reelected, from being elected. I mean, that is so outrageous. And Peter Strzok and Lisa Page would have us believe that when he was calling the president a menace, and that Lisa Page at least called the president a menace, and that Strzok was there to stop him, and that they regretted their involvement in the Clinton email matter because they thought it put Trump in power. All sorts of comments like that. One FBI investigator or lawyer said, you know, they couldn't stop crying after Trump was elected. Now, the left would have you believe none of that impacted the decision-making on the Clinton email investigation or the Russia investigation. Don't you believe it? That's why I say, read the report. I know it's a lot of pages, but it's devastating. And so you can draw your own conclusions. The IG is being careful and political and not being too aggressive in criticizing any of the parties involved, but draw your own conclusions. The IG also criticizes James Comey, and what's interesting in this document is that virtually on every substantive matter that James Comey has something to say about or testifies about, the IG basically accords his testimony almost zero weight, meaning the IG doesn't believe him. So James Comey is criticized for being insubordinate in terms of his July press conference, both giving Hillary Clinton a get out of jail free card, but while also dragging her through the mud, which was also inappropriate to do. And then, of course, the Loretta Lynch tarmac meeting comes up with Bill Clinton, and it turns out that Loretta Lynch and Bill Clinton didn't just talk about grandkids. Bill Clinton talked about Hillary Clinton being a great-grandmother. Bill Clinton talked about how Loretta Lynch was one of his favorite cabinet officials. Bill Clinton talked about going out to West Virginia and the coal issue, which of course was a big campaign issue at the time. And the IG acknowledges, or the report acknowledges, that Loretta Lynch's people were horrified at the meeting. And then afterwards, Loretta Lynch pretends to recuse herself while not really recusing herself. So she's criticized by the IG. The IG also notes that Huma Abedin, her materials on the Clinton email server, because she was the only other State Department employee we know about who had an email account on Hillary Clinton's email server, Huma Abedin was never really investigated by the Clinton email team. The IG report also discloses that all the Clinton emails on Anthony Weiner's laptop, who Huma Abedin was married to, the FBI sat on that for a month. They knew about it in September, didn't take action until October. The implication the IG raises is that it would never have come out but for threats of leaks, that no one was doing anything about it. And that's why Comey sent his letter to the Congress that Hillary got so upset about. And the IG also thinks that maybe Mr. Peter Strzok, who was the lead on the Clinton email case, was already deep into the Russia investigation and really didn't care about Hillary anymore and was focused on getting Trump. Does anyone, there's no way you can look at this report and conclude anything other than the fact that the Clinton investigation was compromised. It turns out they had decided not to prosecute Hillary Clinton, according to this IG report, until February of as early as February of 2016. That was months before virtually every major figure in the Clinton email investigation was questioned. One of the Clinton IT people, Clinton email server IT people, was allowed to lie to the FBI twice. They didn't prosecute him because on the third time, he told them the truth. Can you imagine anyone in Trump world getting that sort of deference? Peter Strzok, by the way, still works for the FBI.